remind me again who lived here? Jefferson, duh.
I don't know much about Thomas Jefferson, but if these walls could talk.
Thomas Jefferson, third president, founding father. He also authored the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson was only 33 when he wrote it, and it took him 17 days. During the Revolution, he also served as Virginia's wartime governor for 2 terms. He was then elected president in 1800. During his terms, he doubled the size of the U.S. through the Louisiana Purchase, and after serving as president, became heavily involved in founding UVA. But there were other parts of his character that were not so good. He preached liberty and equality, but he owned slaves. Also, he hired a yellow journalist to write lies about John Adams.
That's pretty cool.
Thomas Jefferson was a great leader. He used his wisdom not just to draft the Declaration of Independence, but to be our 3rd president. His championing of democracy and citizens' rights inspire us all.
He's also a human who made mistakes.
One issue he had was with integrity. He ruined his friendships because he valued his political ambitions first. He also owned slaves while saying all men are created equal.
But we also have to realize that he was a man of his time, and a particularly impressive one. He also started the University of Virginia, and he designed Monticello all by himself.
He's still boring. History's boring.
I can't believe you guys dragged me on one of your history trips again.
Okay, be quiet, because it actually isn't that bad. I bet you that this tree was there when Elizabeth Thorne digged up graves.
Elizabeth Thorne? Now who's that?
Elizabeth Thorne was the caretaker of Evergreen Cemetery during the Battle of Gettysburg. During the battle, she had 3 sons and was 6 months pregnant. Her husband was off serving with a Pennsylvania regiment. She was ordered to bury 105 bodies after the battle. She had helpers, but they all left because they couldn't bear to bury the dead. She led by taking initiative and working very hard, which can still inspire us today. She was also courageous and took on big tasks.
Wow, I never thought how interesting Elizabeth Thorne was.
That was really awesome.
Oh, why did you guys drag me here? I hate this.
Chillax, it's pretty cool, it's all vintage.
I'd love to live here. I probably wouldn't. It doesn't even have Wi-Fi.
Will you quit it with the electronics already?
George Marshall was an extremely impressive man. He began his military training at VMI. He was a staff officer during World War I, but was promoted to Chief of Staff during World War II. The U.S. Army in September 1939 had no modern weaponry and was roughly the size of the Danish Army that survived less than a week against the Blitz in 1940. He helped to increase the combat strength of the U.S. Army to tenfold its 1939 strength. He also helped plan Operation Overlord. During the Korean War, Marshall served as a Secretary of Defense in the cabinet of Harry Truman. He also created the Marshall Plan. Another name for the Marshall Plan is the European Recovery Program. It channeled over $13 billion to finance the economic recovery of Europe during 1948 and 1951. He announced the famous plan that bears his name at Harvard University. According to George C. Marshall, his plan was necessary because the U.S. is the only country in the world today which has the economic power to furnish the needed assistance.
Marshall never complained. He just did what he knew would help his country. That kind of patience and trustworthiness can inspire us and still right now and 100 years in the future.
This trip was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I agree.
You know, maybe history's not so boring after all.
I told you!
I knew it!
I knew you'd like it!
I knew it!
I knew you'd like it!
And they all went off with a better understanding of history and better friends, too.